Hi, this is Janet Wu from Bloomberg. Thank you for joining us for the Greenway Gala. I'll be your host for the evening. This is a great time to explore your celebration box and mix your Greenway Buzz cocktails. Our program will begin in about 15 minutes. Hi, this is Janet Wu from Bloomberg, your host for the evening. Thank you for joining us for the Greenway Gala. I hope you're enjoying your celebration box. Our program will begin in about 5 minutes. Hello, this is Janet Wu, welcoming you to the Greenway Gala. Our program will begin momentarily.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight for the Greenway Conservancy's virtual gala. I'm Jesse Brackenbury, the Executive Director of the Rose Kennedy Greenway Conservancy, and I'm thrilled to be here live to kick off our evening. The Greenway has transformed the way we experience downtown Boston and has been there for the community during the pandemic, providing respite, joy, and a sense of normalcy. Now that spring has sprung, the park is beginning to buzz with new life. As we emerge from the pandemic, the Greenway is going to play an important role in our community's recovery. Tonight, we'll bring you through several stories that highlight the Conservancy's great work. As a reminder, the Greenway is the only public park in Boston solely managed and cared for by a nonprofit. Most of the Conservancy's budget comes from private sources, including the Greenway bid and our family of donors. Your support makes it possible, and I'm honored to launch the park season with you here tonight. We are especially thankful for this evening's top sponsors, Autodesk, Bloomberg Philanthropies, the HYM Investment Group, and Georgia Murray and Mark Maloney. We are grateful to have a number of elected officials with us tonight and on our honorary committee, including Governor Charlie Baker, a former Conservancy board member, Secretary of Transportation Jamie Tesler, State Senator Joe Boncore, State Representative Aaron Michaelwitz, City Councilor Lydia Edwards, and City Councilor Ed Flynn. After the video portion of our program, we will again be back live to talk about the momentum we have built and the future we envision for the Greenway. As many of you know, I will step down at the end of the month as Executive Director. Tonight, we will be joined by Chris Cook, the Conservancy's next Executive Director. Our MC tonight will be Bloomberg anchor and reporter, Janet Wu. Thank you, Janet, for leading our guests through this evening. And now, enjoy the program. We're so grateful for the support of our community of donors and what we've been able to build together these past 10 years.
Thank you, Jesse. It's my pleasure to be here and support the amazing Rose Kennedy Greenway Conservancy. Tonight, we will share some of the stories behind the park that we all know and love. We will raise a glass of gratitude to you, Jesse, the outgoing Executive Director. We will meet the Conservancy's next Executive Director. And we will raise funds so the Greenway can continue to be a place of joy and connection for all. You know the park for its gorgeous gardens, fountains, the carousel, food trucks, the beer gardens, public art, and the rich array of experiences from Chinatown all the way to the North End. Your Greenway Gala celebration box brings some of those park experiences right into your home. With spring unfolding, we are going to start at the roots of the Greenway. Please welcome Karen Johnson from the Board of Directors to learn more about the Conservancy's pioneering approach to plant care.
live in the Leather District and I'm on the Greenway almost every day. What I love most about the Greenway is how distinctive each section of the park is. When I go out in the Greenway, I can pick the experience I'm looking for. On a hot summer Saturday afternoon, I love seeing families who are playing in the Rings Fountain. On a lazy Sunday afternoon, I can also relax on a shady lawn and do the New York Times crossword puzzle. Surrounding all of these experiences are the amazing gardens that make the Greenway such a deeply beautiful and visually stunning place. I've never needed the Greenway more than this past year. During the 2020 pandemic, the Greenway became even more important to me as I live in the heart of the city and I don't have any outdoor space. Every day I was able to spend time on the Greenway, and that helped me work better as I worked safer from home. I have a new appreciation for this amazing resource right outside my door. What I didn't realize at first is that it's also planted and maintained in ways that are truly sustainable and responsible. The Greenway is one of the first urban public parks in the country with lawns and gardens that are cared for organically without synthetic fertilizer, pesticides, or herbicides. I am so proud of the Conservancy for being at the forefront of such important work and modeling these practices for other parks. As the treasurer of the Conservancy Board and chair of the Finance Committee, I love how our environmentally sustainable practices are also financially sustainable. It appeals to me as a donor and businesswoman. Our approach is cost-effective both upfront and in the long run as we build an ecosystem that is better able to support itself naturally. This work makes a true impact on the environment and keeps our harbor and community safe. This is an investment in our future. The talented Conservancy staff use a wide range of sustainable horticulture techniques to keep the park looking so lush. What I want to share with you tonight is the Conservancy's work on creating a pollinator ribbon along the Greenway. By providing a richly planted mosaic of native plants that attract a range of beneficial butterflies, birds, and bees, the Greenway plays an important role in making downtown Boston a healthier ecosystem. The native wildflower meadow that was planted in 2019 is thriving, creating an ecologically unique spot on the Greenway. I love visiting that meadow on my way to the North End. I am fascinated by bees. They're industrious, docile, and a critical part of our ecosystem. The Conservancy installed the first beehives in a public park in Boston in 2019, working with the local bee experts, Best Bees. In your celebration box, you'll find honey produced by the hard-working Greenway bees. These initiatives all weave together into a story to celebrate. The Conservancy is a pioneer and leader in the field of sustainable park management. I am proud to be a part of this organization, and I hope you will join me in raising awareness and funding for such critical work.
At its core, the Greenway is a park bursting with greenery, life, and gardens that sustain both visitors and a thriving urban natural ecosystem. Also central to the vibrancy of the Greenway is the vast array of community events, fitness classes, markets, and of course, the food trucks. These elements were sorely missed in 2020, but the work of the Conservancy has continued throughout the pandemic. Keelan Caldwell, Director of Programs and Community Engagement, is here to talk more about the community partners and small businesses that are so crucial to the Greenway's human ecosystem.
In a typical year, the Conservancy hosts more than 400 programs on the Greenway through more than 40 partnerships that allow us to showcase the ingenuity and breadth of our community. While much of our programming was impacted in 2020, open-air green spaces remained essential, and we were delighted to offer small-scale markets, performances, and fitness classes. This April, we emerged from a year where we showed our resiliency, our innovation, and our ability to quickly navigate challenges. We come into spring with partnerships strengthened by overcoming adversity and an amazing group of small businesses and nonprofits that are ready to come out of the gate as soon as possible. The Conservancy has always been proud of its support of small businesses. For the past year, this work came into stark relief. Since launching the first food truck program in Boston back in 2010, the Greenway has emerged as an incubator space for so many innovative endeavors. Our programs provide an entry point for entrepreneurs to build a business, whether they are first-time business owners or local artisans or just beginning to build their brand. The Greenway is one of the most visible and accessible spaces in Boston, and the Conservancy staff make sure to take the time to learn about and support our partners' visions. In a typical year, our partner, farmers and artisan markets, will feature the products of more than 75 businesses, from fresh local produce, bread and flowers, to an abundance of creativity in handmade jewelry, clothing, home goods, and more. Our fitness programs are led by professional instructors from 15 local gyms and fitness centers and offer a wide variety of classes, including high-intensity interval training, yoga, weightlifting, boxing boot camp, cardio hip-hop dance, and tango. You might find your next favorite workout right here on the Greenway. Our drinkeries will be back this year. Come enjoy a local beer or wine al fresco to celebrate the return of spring. And of course, our ever-popular food trucks help make the Greenway a special place, where you can eat delicious and freshly prepared food from a huge variety of cultures. This year, we're planning to have over 20 trucks return to the park, with cuisines ranging from bibimbap to tacos, from rice bowls to falafel. This is making me hungry. Over 60% of our food truck partners are minority or women-owned businesses, and all of our partners are eager to serve our downtown workers, residents, and visitors as they return to the park this year. These partners saw immense challenges in 2020 and are still feeling these effects. As we begin to emerge from the pandemic, we invite you to enjoy the rich variety of food, artisanal goods, and fitness classes that the Greenway has to offer, knowing that in doing so, you are supporting small businesses and our local economy. We truly see each of these small businesses as our partners in creating a park that is full of activity and ingenuity, and we work with them really closely to provide marketing and logistical support. Tonight, we're delighted to provide you with a taste of one of our amazing food truck partners. In your celebration box, you'll find a special treat highlighting the flavors of the Mozilla food truck. Please raise your glass for a year of celebrating the return of so many of our beloved Greenway Conservancy partners.
Hello everyone, my name is Scott and my wife Melissa and I own the Cookie Monster Company.
Hello, I'm a representative for Tea Station. My name is Alan Wong.
Hi, I'm John.
And I'm Wendy.
And we are the founders of the Mozilla Food Truck. And we've been partnering with the Greenway since 2014 when we started the business.
2020 was a hard year for everyone. Restaurants and food trucks in particular have had unique obstacles they've had to overcome.
And we couldn't be more thankful for the consistency that the Greenway has offered us through the years.
Greenway has helped us a lot, just from being in the central area of Boston.
Fortunately, the Cookie Monster has been able to push through these COVID hardships with just some minor cuts and bruises.
And for the Greenway to afford us the opportunity and ability to feed our community and have roots in the city that we both grew up in really means the world to us.
Cultivating our young business and developing a huge following was all fed by the early days on the Greenway and by the Greenway staff.
The staff from the Greenway Conservancy, it has been a great help. They are always responsive, always willing to help.
I think one other way the Greenway is totally a valued partnership on our end is it's not just a place where we serve food, it's a true partnership where they offer us creative outlets. For example, we hope you all enjoy the matcha latte cocktails kits that we included in today's gift box.
We appreciate the great work done by the Greenway team over the years.
And with the past year that we've all had, we're definitely very much looking forward to 2021 so that we can get back out there on the Greenway and see familiar faces and friendly faces and serve you guys up some really good food.
As for 2021 and further, we hope that there will be more events that will be hosted, as well as more tourists coming back to the city from the pandemic.
We started with 1 truck and we are now 4 trucks and currently looking for a storefront, and we couldn't have done it without the Greenway's help.
Thank you, Greenway team, and see you all in 2021.
We hope to see everyone soon.
See you all soon.
The Greenway has become a place to celebrate community, and a wonderful example of this is seen in the section of the park that runs through Chinatown. Boston's Chinatown is the only surviving historically Chinese community in all of New England. At Auntie Kay and Uncle Frank Chin Park and Mary Sue Hu Park on the Greenway, people gather for annual celebrations, children explore and play, and visitors are welcomed into the neighborhood. In a year when many of these gatherings were on hold, the Conservancy has forged ahead with ambitious plans for community-inspired park improvements. Here with us tonight is board member Linda C. to tell you more about these exciting plans.
Chinatown is the cultural home base for the Asian American community here in Boston. It's where you meet up with your friends and family and where you gather for baked goods and bubble tea and groceries. It helps remind people of where they came from. My own parents began their lives in America here in Chinatown. My mom worked at the Dynasty Dim Sum restaurant, so I grew up coming here when the park was just a highway exit. Now, as an adult living 2 blocks from Chin Park, my family uses the Greenway almost every day. My daughters took their very first steps here in this park. I think of it as an extension of our living room and really an extension of the whole community's living room. On nice weeknights, the whole neighborhood is out playing on the play cubes and socializing. And several times a year, everyone comes together to celebrate with festivals and cultural events. Of course, it has not been the same since COVID. Chinatown has been hit very hard by the pandemic, including unfortunate anti-Asian racism. The Greenway continues to offer an outdoor space and a sense of normalcy for those who have been isolated or in small apartments during this time. I walk through the park every day, and I'm always so grateful to see the work of the Conservancy staff. Through my role on the board, I've also been able to see how much thought and planning they put into these spaces. What I'm especially excited to share with you this evening is the slate of capital improvements that the Conservancy has developed in partnership with the community and that will be implemented over the next 2 years. This year, a significant investment in added and upgraded lighting will enhance safety and enable more community activities in the evening. To soften the Central Plaza's hardscape, the Conservancy is also planning a new garden bed with a seating wall. This will add shade and buffer the children's playground from the street. The Conservancy will begin this design process later this year. In Mary Sue Hu Park, the Conservancy will be completing site renovations this spring and working to pilot healthy, engaging elements like outdoor fitness equipment, a ping pong table, or children's activity station as soon as safety allows. The Conservancy will gather community feedback to make sure these activities are the right fit for residents and park users. When we're able to reopen our community's festivals and family programs, these enhancements will ensure that we can resume community life and welcome visitors in a beautiful, safe setting. I'm so proud to see these significant investments in the Chinatown community. For those of you with our celebration box, tonight we have a special treat from my favorite bakery, Hing Sing, which is located right across the street from the Greenway. My parents have been bringing me to Hing Sing since I was a little girl, and I love sharing these same experiences with my own daughters today. Now, I'm delighted to share a piece of Chinatown with you. Please enjoy your almond cookies. I am so proud to be a part of this organization, and I thank you all for being here tonight to show your support.
Public art has become a cornerstone of the Greenway's success. The Conservancy has built an internationally recognized contemporary art program that gives the public direct access to the work of world-renowned artists and local artists with rising reputations. The Conservancy's art commissions have been awarded more Americans for the Arts Awards in the last 9 years than any other nonprofit in the country. For a sneak peek of this year's Greenway Public Art, please welcome Lucas Cowan, Director and Curator of Public Art.
There's something so special about art that is out in the open, that is part of our path as we go about our daily lives, or a destination as we explore the city. During the pandemic, public art became even more essential when museums could not be open or had to limit visitation. We were thrilled to be able to unveil major artworks in 2020 along the Greenway. This year, the Conservancy will, for the first time, present an exhibition of a single artist that spans the length of the Greenway. Daniel Gordon's landmark exhibition will infuse the Greenway with his joyful imagery through mural, sculpture, photography, and graphic elements, all coming to the park this spring. As I travel for work and studio visits, I'm always looking out for new artists who could be a good fit for the Greenway. I was first introduced to Danny's work in 2016 during Miami Art Basel's International Art Fair, and was immediately drawn to his work as a possibility for the iconic Greenway wall at Dewey Square. Danny reconstructs printed images into 3D scenes, which he then photographs as vibrant still lifes. The final product looks as though it was painted. As I learned more and visited his studio, it became clear that Danny would leverage various aspects of the Greenway to exhibit a really intriguing series of works that demystifies his seemingly magical creative process. This collaboration has been the epitome of the public art program's ethos of working with artists who normally do not show or create for public spaces, giving them money, space, and time to move beyond what they think is possible. Danny is at a wonderful tipping point in his career, and this exhibit gives him a chance to explore new media as he translates his paper constructions into large-scale sculpture, realizes the photography as a mural, and enlivens infrastructure throughout the park with his vibrant graphics. As you open tonight's celebration box, you are greeted with Danny's stunning artwork planned for the Greenway wall at Dewey Square coming this May. You will also see his art throughout your printed materials and on a cocktail coaster that we hope you are putting to good use. I'm now going to let Danny explain his work, in his own words, from his studio.
Hi, Boston Greenway, Daniel Gordon here. We're in my studio in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. We're standing in front of a wall of my props that are used in my photographs. Generally speaking, these objects are made out of inkjet prints. They are constructed out of wire, also glue, and other recycled bits of old sculptures and paper from old photographs. When I'm making a photograph, I light the scene, I set up a tableau, I light the scene, and I photograph it with a large format camera. And over the course of 15 years, I'd say my work has become more and more about the intersection between the mediums of photography, sculpture, and painting. In working with the Greenway, in many ways, I have the opportunity to make things that I've always wanted to make, but never had the ability to make. So we're working on a large-scale sculpture made of aluminum that is translating one of these objects, not actually one of these, but another maquette made of paper into these more permanent materials, which has been a truly amazing, eye-opening experience to work on, one that I think will potentially alter the course of things I can make in the future, and materials I can use for future exhibitions and other projects. Additionally, I'm working on a mural that will translate one of my photographs into paint on the side of a building, which is also a first for me. I love the idea that this image that contains elements of painting, elements of sculpture, and then of course is resolved as a photograph, turns into a painting in this large-scale mural. So I really hope that the people in Boston get some joy, pleasure out of looking at these things that I've been working so hard with the amazing team at the Greenway. I am so grateful to have this opportunity, and I'm wishing everybody a very, very happy and beautiful spring and summer.
As the Conservancy planned their first virtual gala, they brought together a host committee comprised of dozens of donors who love the Greenway and want to share their enthusiasm with the community.
The Greenway Gala Host Committee is made up of individuals from many different communities and backgrounds, united by their common passion and commitment to the Greenway and the work of the Conservancy. They are neighbors, volunteers, business people, educators, and others, all of whom advocate for the Greenway in their personal and professional lives. They joined the Gala Host Committee as a way of encouraging others to support the park, and some of them have joined us tonight to share their stories.
The Rose Kennedy Greenway is truly a treasured gem in the city. The Greenway offers a space to wander and explore from one end in Chinatown to the other end in the North End.
We're so grateful for having the Greenway as our backyard, and in fact, it's one of the reasons we moved to this vibrant area. Our family enjoys nature, and we love having green space so close to our apartment.
Above everything else, it contributes beauty, and it contributes an outdoor opportunity that prior to the Greenway did not exist in the financial district.
My favorite thing about the Greenway is that it's a very welcoming space. No matter what your interests, what your age, or where you're from, you'll find something for you there.
My favorite thing about the Greenway is just having that kind of space in the middle of the city with cars buzzing by, but having a little bit of space to just breathe and think and having the benefit of green space.
The Greenway is such a diverse and inclusive space to explore. It's filled with life, culture, and nature.
We appreciate the beautiful displays of art and sculpture from talented individuals, and the fountains have kept us cool and brought charm to our city landscape.
Just the food trucks and the way that people come together.
You know, small businesses can benefit greatly on the Greenway.
We come out of our concrete and we all go there and eat.
You can eat a favorite dish from a local restaurant.
We've certainly taken advantage of the variety of activities offered on the Greenway, such as yoga classes on the lawn, as well as tango and salsa dancing during the summer.
Sometimes there's music, sometimes there's just different things going on. I also love the art. I mean, I really love the whole thing. Just walking along the Greenway is a real treat to have right in the middle of the city.
From the various food trucks, music of all sorts, water features, the beautiful carousel, and these pathways flourishing with plants and horticulture that evolve each season.
I especially like the variety of landscape designs in the separate sections of the park. For example, we have a stand of bamboo, an urban arboretum, and a meadow.
Taking a step out on the Greenway has brought a lot of peace on stressful days.
I am actually old enough and have been around enough in Boston business circles to remember what it was like before there was a Greenway.
We live on the Greenway. It is our home, and a home for many Bostonians.
Today, the gorgeous parks, the ability to essentially move freely between the waterfront and the downtown is just such a great thing.
We support the Greenway because it has been a great place for our young professionals to get involved and for our employees to volunteer.
I think that people support the Greenway because they feel fortunate to have it here.
It's really nice to be able to contribute something that gives something back to the entire community.
And also they'd like to ensure that it remains as vibrant and well cared for as it is now.
It's the perfect place for learners of all ages to explore and be inspired.
It's a place where people can really connect.
That it will continue to elevate Boston and the Boston waterfront area for years to come.
We think it's a real gift to the city.
So thank you. We appreciate the opportunity. We want to help. We need your help. And we're all better for having the Greenway with us. Thanks a lot.
As you can see, so many people from across all sectors of our community support the Greenway Conservancy for so many reasons. Before we say farewell to Jessie and meet the Conservancy's new executive director, we have an exciting opportunity to make a big impact on the Greenway. A group of generous donors has collectively contributed $100,000 to match all new and increased gifts made or pledged by the end of this month. These gifts will honor Jessie's accomplishments and seed the Momentum Fund, which will provide the next executive director with the resources to begin to implement their vision. Your gift of $2,500 can pay for the printing and display of 5 of Daniel Gordon's photographs in the park. If 4 of you pledge at this level tonight, we could fully fund this component of Gordon's Greenway-wide multimedia exhibition. Your gift of $1,000 hangs new lighting over the Central Plaza in Chinatown on the Greenway, illuminating cultural festivals and community gatherings throughout the year. $500 will help the Conservancy support the small businesses and vendors, like the food trucks, reopen safely on the park. $250 provides care for 1 beehive on the Greenway for 6 weeks. Gifts in any amount are deeply appreciated. They all help make the Greenway the extraordinary place that it is. And with the Momentum Fund match, your gift tonight makes double the impact. There are a number of ways you can give right now. You can make your gift online at rosekennedygreenway.org/gala gift, or you can text the word Greenway to 44321. If you like to be old-fashioned, you can mail a check or pledge commitment using the donation card and return envelope included in your celebration box. Thank you so much for your generosity. It has been such a pleasure being with you tonight. I am now passing the baton to Doug Hewson, Conservancy Board Chair.
Thank you, Janet, and thank you to all of our staff, board, and community members who have been a part of tonight's wonderful program. No goal was more central to the vision of the Big Dig than reuniting the core of the downtown to the neighborhoods to each other, and everyone to the waterfront. The Greenway was at the heart of the vision and has lived up to this goal by providing 17 acres of vibrant and inclusive green space, welcoming residents, newcomers, and visitors from around the world to share common ground. Transforming vision into reality is the true definition of leadership. Jesse Brackenberry has not only helped us realize that vision, but has guided us as we expanded our horizons. Many of you joining us tonight know Jesse well and have seen firsthand his extraordinary leadership over the past 8 years as Executive Director. Jesse brought us innovation, launching a flourishing array of food trucks and beer gardens that brought life to the Greenway while generating significant revenue for both the Conservancy and the diverse entrepreneurs with whom we partnered. Jesse brought us vibrancy, commissioning world-class public art along the Greenway and creating signature spaces like the Carol Lynch Garden. And Jesse brought us financial stability, shepherding the creation of a Greenway Business Improvement District, through which adjacent property owners, who have become our true partners, provide financial support for the maintenance and improvement of the Greenway. Jesse will leave an indelible mark on the city of Boston, and we are extremely grateful for his adroit stewardship of this regional treasure and national model of excellence in urban park management. Please raise your glass to Jesse and consider a significant gift in his honor as he moves on to his exciting new opportunity. I'm also here tonight to look towards our future and to welcome our incoming Executive Director, Chris Cook. We are delighted to have Chris joining the Conservancy as we emerge from the pandemic and continue to strengthen our community connections, world-class horticulture, and remarkable art programs that are the hallmarks of the Greenway. Chris's deep local experience in open space, parks, and community engagement is a tremendous asset for both the Conservancy and the Greenway's next chapter. Many of you already know him well, and we look forward to introducing him to the rest of you soon. We could not be more pleased to welcome Chris Cook to the Greenway Conservancy. He's here tonight live to say a few words.
Thank you, Doug, and thank you, Jesse, and to everyone and the entire staff for making this possible tonight. This amazing program has been incredible, and I know it's not easy in the pandemic, and everyone's doing a fantastic job. I could not be more excited to be stepping into this role, and tonight has me even more jazzed to learn the inner workings of the Greenway. As someone who has long admired the work of the Conservancy, I want to take my hat off to all the staff and board for everything that has been accomplished since 2009. It's absolutely remarkable, but especially this year. The staff has worked incredibly hard through COVID-19, and the visitor experience has remained superb. The park looks amazing. There are still interactive experiences, and the Greenway has provided a respite and a mental health break for all its visitors, including myself. I already know that joining this team will be a great working relationship. You know, when I think about the future of the Greenway, I see some really inspiring opportunities. The Greenway has truly amazing spaces, and the strategic business plan also identifies some areas for improvement. Let's focus on these projects and continue to grow our impact. Let's embrace the Conservancy's value of continuous improvement and build on the successes of projects like the Chin Park renovations that you heard so much about. And let's double down on our commitment to equity and inclusion. I want to be intentional about all of our decisions so that we can see the entire city reflected in the Greenway. The Conservancy has made significant efforts in this area. For example, the Greenway Carousel is the most ADA accessible in New England, and there's meaningful racial and cultural diversity in the artists, small businesses, and community groups featured on the Greenway. But there's so much more we can do. This is a world-class destination in a world-class city, and everyone should feel welcome here. I want to give a huge thank you to Jessie Brackenberry finally, who is leaving big shoes to fill and who brought things to Boston that were really only dreams 10 years ago. I want to thank him for being my friend, and I want to thank him for being my colleague and thinking really big ideas for Boston parks. Boston is a lot better off for you visiting us, Jessie. I'm going to pass it back to Jessie, but I just wanted to say I look forward to connecting with each one of you very soon. Congratulations, Jessie.
Thank you so much, Chris. I really applaud your vision, and I am so glad to be leaving the Conservancy in such talented hands. I hope everyone watching tonight has been inspired by our work and has learned something new about what's coming. Thank you again to our sponsors, host committee, honorary committee for making tonight possible. I know we've also been joined by City Councilor Ed Flynn. It has been an incredibly special 11 years for me working with the Conservancy staff, board, volunteers, community members, and all of you to make the Greenway a sustainable, vibrant, innovative park. As we begin to emerge from the pandemic, I know the Greenway will continue to be a place of respite, excitement, and discovery for each of you. I'm thrilled to share the news that thanks to the generosity of our Gala sponsors, host committee, and all of you, we've raised $466,000 with this virtual event. We have only $21,000 to go towards our goal, and gifts are still coming in. So with this evening coming to a close, it's not too late to make your gift to the Momentum Fund. You can give online at rosekennedygreenway.org/gala gift. You can text Greenway to 44321, or as Janet said, the old-fashioned way, you can mail a check or pledge using the donation card and envelope included in your celebration box. Thank you again for joining us tonight and for making the Greenway such an amazing space. We look forward to seeing you on the Greenway very soon.